The traditional American workforce can be a real grind. No one wants to be stuck in a cubicle from 9 to 5 every day, waiting, counting the hours until they get off the clock. And most people just don't know how to make that leap to become their own boss. I know I didn't, and I was desperate to find a way out of corporate America. 13 years ago, I was stuck in a cubicle, and I really wanted to be my own boss. I really wanted to be an entrepreneur, make my own schedule. A common dream for leaving the typical 9 to 5 job is opening your own restaurant or local retail store, and that's what I wanted to do. That all sounded great in my head, but when I actually went to get started, there were a lot of challenges that I was not anticipating. Like the upfront capital was about triple what I thought I needed. Getting a small business loan was really challenging. I needed a business entity. I had to deal with permits and employees, and the list goes on and on. Across America, there are thousands of motivated, hardworking small business owners, but they end up married to their business because of the amount of pressure that they feel to cover their bills and try to make a profit on top of that. You end up working around the clock and being married to your local business, and all these challenges are compounded by being a first-time entrepreneur. You really don't know what you're doing yet.
There's a great alternative to opening a brick and mortar store, and that's opening an e-commerce online store. There aren't nearly as many inherent risks, and you're taking advantage of a growing industry with more and more people doing their shopping online every day.
One of the biggest stumbling blocks at first, obviously, is trying to figure out what you're going to sell. And even when you do figure that out, the next thing is, where was I going to be able to get the products? You know that you're going to be going against some of these huge mega sites that everybody knows the name of, and how and why are they going to want to do business with a little guy like me?
For a first-time entrepreneur, there's kind of this perceived fear that there's no way you're going to be able to compete with the mega sites. For an e-commerce entrepreneur though, with a niche product line that's likely being overlooked on the mega sites, those sites can be huge allies for you because you'll use them to sell your products and build your brand.
Think about it like this. If you opened up a local retail store and it was a niche store selling something like, say, bird cages, you're only going to have the audience of your regional area. By the time you find enough bird owners to support your business, it might be too late. That's where a well-planned online niche store comes into play. You minimize the risks and you can reach millions of households nationwide.
Zeroing in on one specific niche might seem kind of counterintuitive, but in e-commerce, it's really what's going to set you apart and set you up for success. Something like bird cages might be too small for the big dogs to focus on, but it's never too small for you. And since you have a nationwide or even a worldwide audience, the profit potential is enormous.
So in 2003, when I got started into e-commerce, there was not a lot of good information out there. I had to learn through trial and error, a lot of sweat, blood, and tears. And when I cracked the code, I started building successful store after successful store. And of course, people wanted to know how I was doing it, and that's why I started Store Coach.
Store Coach is a one-stop shop for everything you need to succeed in e-commerce. You don't need to know what you're going to sell. We help you choose your niche. We help you get suppliers in place. We help you build your store, market your store, grow your store, increase your profits over time. Recognizing that everyone's needs aren't all the same, we have tiered membership options to help you get the tools and resources that you need to help you succeed.
Within a few months, what I thought was just going to be some part-time income actually turned into be full-time income. Not only full-time income, but more money than I'd made at any other job. Everything's easy. It's easy to contact the suppliers. It's easy to start building websites. Everything, it just seems kind of silly that it was ever a worry or a fear of mine.
Our free video training is great and has helped a lot of people build successful stores. But a lot of people want, someone there to have their back, someone they can bounce ideas off of and, get guidance and someone to hold them accountable. And that's where our Platinum membership really comes into play. You'll have a private coach that guides you step by step, someone that you can ask questions anytime. And as your business grows and changes, we're always just a phone call or click away from getting the help that you need.
Store Coach can help you with every step of the process, from finding a niche, to sourcing wholesale products, to building your store, getting it ranked in Google and the other search engines. Store Coach is there every step of the way.
I would never do anything else. The thought of going and working a real job, never ever do it again. I like being able to, at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, say, well, that's about it for the day. I'm gonna go jump in the pool. The flexibility to do what you want when you want, it's just invaluable. I recommend Store Coach to everybody. For anybody trying to figure out what they want to do, that wants to have a little bit of their own control over their own lives, I would tell everybody, you definitely want to give Store Coach a try. Anybody can do this.
With Store Coach's help, you can be the architect of your own store and change the way you view a 9-to-5 forever.
Store Coach, helping you succeed in e-commerce. To become a member, call 855-5-COACH-5 or visit storecoach.com/ecommerce for a special offer.